gonna say something so they can Google it.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Hey, folks, welcome to Bouncing Brains. I'm Sean Hatfield.
And I'm Freddy G.
Joining us today on the podcast, back from the first episode.
Yay, OG.
This will be episode 30.
Dang, already?
Yes, motherfucker. Yes.
Damn, y'all grown so much. I'm so proud of you.
Hell yeah. And by the way, folks, I do want to let you know that this podcast is being sponsored by Two Girls, One Cup. If you don't know what that is, please Google it.
Don't Google it. Please don't Google it. I don't even think you can find the original video.
Let us not describe anything. All I will say, chocolate pudding.
Oh, no.
That doesn't make it any better, but it's chocolate pudding.
It's just chocolate pudding. And that has nothing to do with Bill Cosby, I promise you.
And on that note, our guest,
everything.
Rudy Barba.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How y'all doing out there in that beautiful... Hey,
Camera's
I
up
see
here.
you.
We're going to wave at the camera.
See you right there. See you all up in there. Cover that up. Put a towel over your lap. Why does it look like a tent? Why do you have a tiny Klansman between your legs? All right.
How you been, man?
Been good, man.
Shit, a lot of shit's been going on with you since
So
you've
much
been
stuff,
gone.
man.
Yeah,
you have
you've
no
been-
idea.
You've
Doesn't
gotten quite a
stop
bit
us.
of funny work.
Yeah, man.
More than me.
Yeah.
I'm a little jealous.
You should
I'm
envious.
so
I
jealous
Googled that word the other day.
I'm so jealous that I wish and I hope that you get deported.
Thank you, man. Definitely. Likewise, of course, I extend that to you.
Mazel tov and go fuck yourself. Yes.
Oh my god, I did that. I had a call at work the other day, and I was like following up on some samples. I was like, "Hey, is the owner there?" Like, "Oh no, her daughter just had a kid," and I was like, "Mazel tov," and I was like, "Wait, I'm at work." You know, like these calls are recorded.
Let me ask you, man, because I worked in a shitload of call centers. Like, I worked in call centers for like 10 years.
Mhm.
There at that call center, like, are you, like, and everywhere I worked, they were real strict. Like, you had to keep it about the product. You couldn't really have your own conversation. We followed a script, so on and so forth. The only one that didn't do that was T-Mobile.
Mhm.
Working for T-Mobile, you pretty much did whatever the fuck you want as long as you kept the customer happy. They're like, how, like, is it like,
That's us, baby. You're buying us. You're not, dude.
so you basically say whatever the fuck you want.
Not necessarily. We try to keep it fun, man, and making people laugh. I actually, I think my buddies there at work have picked up that most, like, about me. Like, they notice, like, I'm keeping them laughing on the phones. Like, like, boom, new account, you know. Laughter, boom, new account. You're building a rapport with somebody. Like, a lot of those call centers, we're not a call center. This is just how we communicate with our clients. You know what I mean? Like, this is how, like, hey, what's up, man? This is Rudy. What's up, we're back? You know, whatever. Like, how you guys doing? How's the shop
Have you ever
doing?
told anybody that you're a comic on the phone?
Yeah, it's fun, man. I got especially if I got them like laughing, like on a good roll, and they're like, "Oh man, you gotta be a comedian." I was like, "Why do you say that?" I was like, "Surprise! You're on a hidden camera show," and they're like, "Really?" I'm like, "No."
That's some funny shit.
Yeah, man. But there was a guy right before I did the NBC thing where I went to go try out. That didn't work out.
For the people that don't know, because we had that conversation off camera, but tell everybody exactly what you did.
So basically, a couple weeks back, NBC had a audition for a TV show. It used to be Stand Up for Diversity, where they look for like diverse comics. Basically, anybody that's not a white male. That's awesome. So yeah, I mean, if you're like any kind of shade darker than pale, you're allowed to be on the show. You gotta be funny though. And I was like, you know what? Stand up for diversity. They're gonna want like, you know, the Mexican turned up to 11, and that's not what they want, man. They just want you to look diverse, but they want you to sound like white friendly, of course. And
You
I'm
just
down,
figured
dude.
this
I
out.
am so down to like sell out like that. I'm working on it. Like, hey, how's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Hi, my name is Rudy Barba. Don't worry about pronouncing the last name correctly. You know, like, just fucking going at it. Don't look at me like that, Freddy.
We just lost another Mexican. Ain't that a bitch?
You gained another rich person in the world. See, I'm very optimistic, bro. If I see the cup going halfways, I just order another beer, man.
I saw somebody had posted up some meme earlier.
That's a good way to look at it.
What was it? Kanye West is to black people what George Lopez is to Mexicans, and it was like
no,
wealthy and successful.
Yeah. Yeah, the Yeezys. Have you tried? They're like, oh my god, the Yeezys were like $200 pre-sale. You got to pre-order these Yeezys for $220, and then you buy them, and then you automatically resell them for $400, man.
Dude, I feel like I was the only one. That interview he did with what was it, Colbert, where he went on and he was like, was I the only one that noticed like his eyes started lighting up when he started asking him about the shoes, man? He was like, "Do you want to keep designing?" He's like, "Yeah, man." It's like this is a
y'all do know that he is legitimately on psych medication.
Everybody's on psych medication. If you're in the entertainment industry, you're on something or other. He's deciding not to be on them. So that's what's messing him with him. He's like, dude, I want to be awake. I'm crazy, but I'm awake. You know what I mean? So, like, they want to get him back in the pill so he can chill out. And he's doing him right now until he can start sneaking that shit in his little oatmeal cup in the morning.
Dude, you hear about that guy that got 22 years for trying to sneak a what is it? The morning after pill into his chick's. Yeah, there you go. Into his chick's milkshake. Yeah, she got suspicious. She took that shit to a lab, got it fucking tested. Yeah, man. Motherfucker got 22 years for attempted murder.
Damn.
Wait, how is that murder? Oh, because of the kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So wait.
In a lot of places, if you like basically cause injury to a pregnant woman that causes the death of the child, that counts as murder.
Ain't that some shit? I did not know that.
Yeah. If you ever snap and go on that killing spree, make sure you don't hit the pregnant chicks.
Yeah, on the pregnant chick, I'll be like, you're cool. Don't worry about it. You're fine. But you, fat lady, you gotta go.
Just because it's a shake, just because it says protein in front of it, doesn't make it any healthier, lady. Get out of here. It's still a shake.
That's some funny shit. Oh, so then you went on that shit?
Yeah. I got called up by one of the other local comics, Mario Salazar.
Mario.
Shout out to Mario. He was like, "Hey man, I need a ride." And I was like, "All right, I'm down. Let's do this shit." And so we get up there, and we get there like I think it was like 1 or 2 in the morning at Houston. We're auditioning and for NBC. And we get out there like, dude, there's going to be comics, because we're hearing 2 different stories from the comics in Houston. Some are saying, dude, it's dead. Don't even worry about it. Go get some rest. You'll show up in the morning. There's not going to be a line. Right? And then we're talking to some other comics, and they're like, no, dude, this is insane. They haven't done it in Houston in years. Everybody around here, and from far, actually, there were some comics that they drove from another state and shit.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, dude, it's gonna be insane, dude. Get there now, and you gotta pre-sign up to sign up. They're making this big ass thing, and I was like, damn, I was like, I really doubt it's gonna be that crazy, but just in case, we swung by. It was 2 in the morning, and there was comics with lawn chairs. I think it was the only thing they owned. Lawn chairs outside the comedy club. They're quilted up. They're in for the long haul. They got the fucking Funyuns and the blunts rolled up. It was insane, dude. It was cool.
Outside waiting?
Outside the comedy club. It was 2 in the morning, dude. It was just
where was this again?
In Houston. Yeah, it was at the Jokesters, I think.
So they were smoking blunts outside?
No.
Oh, that's what I understood.
It was a joke.
Motherfucker. I got excited. I was like, they can smoke weed in the open in Houston.
I think you changed the details to protect the guilty.
Yeah. You saw that look on my face. You did too. No? You saw that? It was so you can smoke outside? You can't. What? Who told you that? It's crazy.
It's a corporate building.
It's a corporate building, yeah.
Corporate people do not do drugs.
No, they do not.
Ever. Not even in meetings.
Not, or before or after meetings.
This is Adderall, sir.
No, but yeah, there's comics out there, dude, and we're there's zancudos flying around and shit. There's people in like pajamas. And thank God the staff was there. They're like, hey guys, we don't want you guys waiting out here. There's a bunch of skeeters. It's humid. Come inside, sign up. And wherever the number that you sign up is going to be in the morning because we have to be there by like 8. And so that's the number that I go by. So I was like, all right, cool. And we signed up. And shout out to the jokesters in Houston, man. They were super like, what do you guys need? Let's do this. Boom, boom. They're on point. Not a single problem. It was amazing. So we go back to my brother's spot. He was staying like right down the street. And I started talking to some of the locals there. And like, oh, dude, yeah, I'm going to audition. And they're like, oh, man, go for it, bro. And I was like, all right, let's start doing my bit. It was like 3 or like 2:30 or like 3 o'clock in the morning at that point. We stayed up till 6 o'clock, dude. They were like, no, dude, do it again, bro. Do it like this and change that around. You got to make it shorter. And how much time you got? You got a minute. They only gave us a minute on stage. So like, you got, it's like you got to compact everything. And like, so we're like working at 6 o'clock, dude. Mind you, we had to be at the comedy club at 8. So we had to be, like, I slept like 45 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, it was insane. And, we get up, dude, and we're like, boom, we got our little coffees, and we got there, and there's already a line, there's some comics. Apparently, we didn't get this note. If you, like, sent in an audition video, it's like 2 minutes set with your resume, you don't even have to do the prenup, the prenups.
The what the fuck?
The pre-prep, was it?
Pre-audition?
Yeah, pre-audition.
Preliminary?
Preliminary. Said the word earlier. The preliminary. You don't even have to do that. You just automatically advance to the second round because there was 3 rounds. So we were just like show ups. Like we didn't like audition or send videos or anything like that. So they just like, they were cool, man. ABC people, legit. They're like, all right, guys, we're going to do this. And here's the papers and here's some pens. Dude, the intern was hauling ass. That guy, one intern, bro, just boom, 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 going, dude, big shout. I didn't even get his name, dude. He was on point. Like going back and forth, boom, boom, who needs a pen? All right, cool, boom, 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 let's do this. And like, I think we were like 60 comics, bro. They knocked us out, like literally, and if not on the dot on the hour, like, like a couple minutes afterwards, bro. It was so smooth. Dude, like, all right, we finished our sets. We went up there. It was cool. Like the main one that was kind of like hosting it, she was kind of like Latina. So I was like, oh, dude, I'm going to pull off my Mexican jokes, Like, she's gonna like laugh, and then she's gonna be like telling the guy from Jimmy Fallon to book me, like this is gonna be awesome, right? And so we're sitting there, and like they make us, walk in, and we filled up the first 3 rows, and then they were just like, all right, yeah, we're gonna go one by one, and it's gonna be a minute, and then like you're gonna get a light in the back when it's done, Please try not to go over, but if you go over, no problem. You know what I mean? Like too crazy. So we're there, and I was like, okay, boom, another one. I was like 10. So 8 and 9 are right next to me. And 9 takes off, and I was like, oh shit, he's on deck. And they would be like, up next, this guy, on deck, this guy, and then be like, next up, on deck, and they were just doing it. And so I was like, I got up and I got off to the side. I'm like, oh my God. And I just like kind of like blank out. I was like, oh my God, where'd my jokes go? Where'd my jokes go? And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm just like, this is the mind, the thought process that goes by right before getting on stage. Like, where'd my jokes go? Oh my God. And I just like, all right, up next, Rudy Barba. You had to go up there, like, hi, my name is Rudy Barba. And then just kind of like do your thing. And then I went up, went a little too Mexican. You know what I mean? I was supposed to turn it up to 6 and accidentally turned it up to 11. Like I did the chile tomate cebolla bit because fuck it, bro. That's me. I love it. And it's one of my favorite jokes, like legitimately. And I did it, and like people were like, what? And then I translated to jalapeno, tomato, onion, and then lost it, dude. But I did notice that producer chick, the one that's hosting it, she laughed when I said it in Spanish. Like, chile, tomate, cebolla. And I got like, ha! And she was the only one in the building that got it in Spanish, And I was like, well, at least I got good, I got a good aim with my jokes. So like, boom. And then I said it in English, they lost it. And then I was like, recipe for pico de gallo. And then everybody kind of like chuckled. I was like, thank you guys, blah, 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 blah. And I get on stage, I was like, oh my God, you fucking beaner. You could have done something better. But you went with the stupid chile tomate cebolla thing. And, but I loved it, man. I fucking went all out. It was cool. And then they're like, all right, guys, we're done. You know, after everybody went, there's some funny motherfuckers out there. And, dude, Texas, like just that Houston area, dude, we didn't even get that many. Like there were supposed to be, they said on the webpage, like they will cut off after 150 comedians. Like I said, dude, we had like 60 motherfuckers show up. I was like, what the fuck? This is stupid. This is like NBC network television, dude. And like we got 60 motherfuckers. We couldn't even hit cap. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, dude. I was like, what the fuck? I would have like fucking posted on every single like comedian page in Texas, bro. At least the big ones, you know.
Well, you did say what the if you sent in the demo reel, you got to skip the preliminary.
Yeah, but it was still that same day. So we saw the second round that same day.
Oh, okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, maybe like with those guys, maybe 80. You know what I mean? Like,
shit, I should have dyed my beard red and called myself Irish.
Yeah. Should be like, oh, my name is Luis C.K. Luis C.K. But yeah, man, they're like, all right, guys, we're going to fucking put up the finalists up in 5 minutes. And they're like, oh, shit, I did not expect that fast turnaround. Like, as soon as we're done, like 5 minutes, boom, we're going to put up the top 3, and then we're going to move on to the next one. Boom, boom. They were pumping us out, dude. And Mario made it to the second round. Who else? Kristen Linder.
Right on.
She was there. Fucking killed it, bro. Hilarious. Like, boom, 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 boom. On point. She advanced in somebody else, dude. I forgot who
but still, Mario didn't make it past the second round, right? Because there were 3 rounds, right?
Yeah. By then, dude, a lot of people like that we know that like come down here and perform, a lot of them start popping out. You started seeing the difference in comedians as the rounds went by, though. Like, because we just stuck around to like, chill out and like talk to people. And you started noticing it was like us, fucking t-shirt, jeans, fucking, Adidas, Converse. And then as the levels went up, you started seeing comics in suits and like bow ties and like professional and haircuts and like really white speaking and, hi, my name's Larry. And, I was born in Mexico, but I came to America and this is my story, like, and like a lot of corporate comics, you start seeing the difference in quality of comedians as the levels went on. And it really does show off. And it's tiny little details like that, dude. There was this Hispanic comic. I forget her name, and it kicks my ass because she was hilarious. Tiny little thing, dude. Tiny little thing, like that weird haircut was like down here. Well, not like short hair, brown hair,
like
tiny
mushroom haircut.
Yeah, kind of super hilarious, super nice, and then Sean's phone.
Damn it, Sean! Can't you be a professional, Sean?
No, damn it. Man, I'm running off of 2 hours of sleep and enough caffeine to kill a small child.
But yeah, she advanced. She was like the only Hispanic on there. So it was like, yeah, raza, like. So the finale on those, the ones that we get for those, the finalists that would fly them out to Cali for the finals, like after they do all the preliminaries all over the United States.
Right on.
So that's insane. Shout out to her.
And then like the winner of that, I mean, do you know what they were gonna do?
Cash, contract with like, I forgot, it was the contract with NBC, prize money and something else.
But contract with NBC for what?
Just whatever they need.
Like, what was it gonna be like for like a sitcom or like a fucking?
It just said open contract. Just be like, whatever they need you, we'll put you in something, basically. It could be a stand-up, or it could be a sitcom, or it could be whatever they want, or it could be just like an appearance on the Jimmy Fallon.
Oh wait, so I'm confused. This wasn't for a specific show.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, they were just filming it for some reason. Like, Like we're outside, and then I was like having a conversation. I just see a boom mic come out of nowhere. I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And then like the guy's like, "What are you guys talking about?" You know, like they're like coming around with the cameras and like panning out.
Shit, I forgot what I was gonna ask.
Just picturing some producer go, "Quick, look ethnic."
Yeah, I was like, "Where did this tortilla come from?"
Fuck. Hey, did you? Oh, and then so you didn't make it past the first, and then Mario made it to the second
round,
and then after that, y'all came back that day.
We stuck around for a little bit because after Mario finished his round, it took a while. That one did take a while to kind of like to see who advanced.
Oh, and that was my question. And then you had to keep it clean, right? You couldn't cuss?
Preferably, but I didn't see anybody cuss up there. I didn't cuss. I just, said Mexican words and then freaked them out.
Oh, and I remember my other question. Did you before you went up there, did you sign release forms?
Yeah, they were just little like, hey.
Yeah, because you said they were filming it for some reason. Mm-hmm. So I know whenever they film whatever, like especially like, well, yeah, they actually do it in Texas too. But like corporations, they do have you sign release forms, which means that more than likely they now have the right to like release it somewhere if they want to.
By all means, dude. Fuck yeah. I could write another Chile Tomate Soda joke.
Like, and then after that, I don't remember. My timeline's kind of blurred out. But you had that first, or did you have the Raymond show first?
The Raymond show first. And
that was first.
Yeah.
Cool. How'd that go?
That one was I saw insane.
Were you recording? Who was recording? You were recording? Yeah.
Oh, by the way, this is my girlfriend's. Like halfway
30 minutes into this shit.
Halfway. The one at the event center, dude. That one was insane. That was crazy. They hit me up randomly. They're like, "Hi, this is the guy's name was Bobby." I was like, "Hi, this is Bobby with calling Grant in regards to this and this," and it was weird. It was the first time like a booker actually contacted me. It's normally like it's Mario or Raymond, like, "Hey, you want to do this show way?" Like. So this time, like a booker actually called me. I'm like, "Hi, yes, I'm calling, and how much is it?" And I was like, "We all like, I don't know, like I don't know how much it costs." And like I kind of gave him like a ballpark number, and he was like, "I was thinking this much," I'm like, or that too, yeah, we can do that. And
so they asked you how much?
Yeah, how much like I charge? And I told them like normally like because they wanted me for 45 minutes. It's like headlining, but that's just like before, not even before Raymond. Actually, there was somebody else between Raymond and me. So like I was probably like the second or third comic, and they had bands coming in between.
But they got you for 45 minutes.
Yeah, they were like, it might be 45, it might be 30. Like, we just want to know that you can kind of cover this time. I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, especially with a large audience like that, you can have so much fun, bro. Like rolling around and just doing crowd work and shit. It's fun. I was like, yeah, dude, I can like come up with some bullshit. But
you didn't tell him that, did you?
No, I didn't tell him.
Okay. But yeah, man, I can come up with some bullshit. I mean, if that shit don't work out,
no, that was just me fucking around. But no, I was like, yeah, man, I can cover that. I love like doing crowd work and just kind of like fucking making the crowd feel like, hey, what the fuck, and you ugly guy, and you beautiful guy, and you, beard, and this and that. And it's so much fun, and interacting with the crowd like that. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it anyway, so I can kill like a good amount of time with that. And then they added Mario to the show, and then Sonia's was like after me, and then Mario, and then Raymond. So it was Rick, a band, me, Sonia, Mario, and then Raymond. So my time had got cut down to like 20 minutes. I was like, oh, papitas, you know what I mean? I went over. I did like 30 minutes, and people were loving it. They were laughing. I had this lady heckle me during the show, and she was drunk. She was on something, like you can tell. Like before she even got before I even got on stage, I could tell she was off, and I could tell she was gonna be trouble because she was sitting in front of us, and she was like, and I'm moving the microphone away because it was like really loud and annoying. And I was like, oh, this chick's gonna heckle me when I get up there for sure. And sure enough, man, I go up there and I'm doing my bit, and then she just like I just see like this person. I couldn't tell who it was because I'm like, when you're in your bit, you're in your head and you're like, reading your jokes and shit. And I just see somebody that come up and she starts going, hey, hey. She's yelling at me, hey, hey. And I'm like, I see her. I'm not going to acknowledge her. I'm just going to keep doing my bit as normal as I can. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, and I just keep doing my bit, man. And I deliver the joke, punchline. And as soon as that punchline ends, they laugh. And I just immediately look down and just rain wrath upon this woman. I was like, what the fuck do you want? And she's like, yeah. And I just like yell back, like, yeah. That's what I hear when you talk. And she's like, I'm like, I don't care what you're saying. All I hear is I have a GED. You know what I mean? Like, I just boom, and I just started raining like hell upon her because she was disruptive, dude. I can tell, like the people, like they were telling me,
people like that need to get escorted out by security.
Oh, I don't know why let me tell you what happened. This lady got more than just escorted out. So she's doing that. The booker sends one of his buddies to grab her and kind of like, not grab her, but like, get her and like escort her back to her table. And she's like, yeah. And I was like, come on, go back. Like, you're making all these people mad. Like, all these people pay tickets. And like, yeah. And then like security comes by and grabs her and like takes her back. But then she like kind of like just lets go of like her weight and like goes straight down. And security is like six something, like big guy, tall lady, timber, like they both hit the ground. I was like, safe. And like people laughed. They're like, are you all right? All right, cool. Can you do us a favor, sit back down, enjoy the rest of the show. And she's like, okay. And she sits back down. I don't know if it was a concussion or like, she was dazed, but she sat there for a bit. And I got to my AB Quintanilla joke, where I get the crowd to say butt fuck back to me. So I had him. Hold on. This is some work stuff.
Man's got to make his money.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, right here.
At some point in this conversation, I want to ask you if you guys have...
Need to take a shit?
Huh? Well, no. By you guys, I mean Silverback. If you guys have had any issue with the way the FDA is...
Oh, yeah. We can go into deep dark
they've doubled down recently, right?
Yeah. They
dude, you seen those fucked up ads they're playing on YouTube?
What are they doing?
Like some kids, like some high school kid is standing there, and there's like, it looks like demonic possession crawling underneath his skin. It's like there's a problem.
Oh yeah, the cigarette ads.
No, it's for vaping, dude.
No.
Yeah, dog.
No.
Yeah. Dude. This is even. Dude, I wish they would just go back. They might as well just go back to the whole like, this is your brain. This is your brain.
There is not a demonic anti-vaping ad.
If there fucking is, there are multiple ones.
I gotta find it. Send me a link.
And ban it.
You know what? You say that, and it almost makes me more paranoid that my damn computer is watching me. I'm just sitting in front of the computer,
So this lady on the show, she was chill. I get to my bitty bitty butt fuck joke. Apparently, her last name is Quintanilla, which is Selena's and AB Quintanilla's. Like they were related somehow. All Quintanillas say they're related to Selena. You know what I mean? Like. And they're like, yeah. I'm doing my joke, and I got the crowd to kind of clap with me, like, let's go, AB, let's go. And they all clapped in unison. I was like, oh, I got these motherfuckers hypnotized already. You know what I mean? Like, this is going to be fun. So when I did that setup to where I get them to yell butt fuck back at me. She was like, butt fuck. And they all yelled butt fuck back at me. And the lady was like, let's do it again. Let's do it again. And I was like, I thought she was going to go off because I was like, making a joke for her supposed family. And she's like, no, let's do it again. That was hilarious. And like, I was like, you want to do it again?
I feel like you've skipped over something. How the fuck did you find out her last name in the process of all this? When did
she yelled it out. Cause like AB is like, oh, my quintanilla.
Oh, okay.
He's my cousin. So don't talk bad about my cousin. And then, that was a lead in. And then I did my joke and she lost it. Like she started laughing her ass off. And then we did the butt fuck thing. And then I was like, and she was like, do it again. And I was like, you guys want to do it again? And the whole crowd was like, yeah. I was like, are you ready? Bitty, bitty, butt fuck. Bitty, bitty, butt fuck. And I did the long one, like, bitty, 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 bitty. I just, like, she's got it recorded, bro. I put the microphone out, and just like a roar of butt fuck just came upon me. Just butt fuck. And I was like, yeah. And then at some point after that, she got arrested. Yeah.
Give her the microphone because they're not gonna hear shit.
It's because like the officer that was there, he was seeing that he kept interrupting Rudy. He said, so he was just like, he just came over from the other side of the building to where she was, and she was showing something to him, and she got arrested for it because he was pissing the officer off. Plus, she showed something to him, and then she got like super arrested.
Well, what do you mean by showing something?
She has something in her bag. She opened her bag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was like, "What?" Like,
I thought you meant like she flashed them or something. She's like, no. Lady, you're fucking going. That's what I thought you meant.
That titty is criminal. Come here.
And the girl that she was with, apparently, like they just met that day. So just like, oh my god,
that shit is crazy. So she ended up getting arrested. And the show lived on.
Yeah, during my set, I didn't even know that was be going on because at some point you can't even see past the fucking black. And then I did see that cop kind of like go across the stage. And I thought he was just like kind of walking over here and then he's gonna walk back. He walked over to go tell her to shut the fuck up, and then that all happened. And it was like hilarious. Once I got off, I was like, "Hey, where'd she go?" He's like, "She got arrested." I'm like, "No, she didn't." I was watching the entire time. He's like, "No, she got arrested." And she's like, "Look," and then she shows me the video where the lady's like, "Record me." But no, they got her out, and I spoke to the police afterwards. I was like, "Hey man, did you guys really arrest that chick?" She's like, "Oh yeah, she was fucked up." I was like, "So you guys throw her out?" And she's like, "Oh yeah," with a big smile on his face. I was like, "Thank you for it, PD. Hell yeah."
That's funny shit, man.
Couldn't have done that before I got on stage.
It took him a while to get there. I think
Hey man, I have a question that I think you're the one that would know the best answer to, because I asked somebody else, I don't remember who it was, and they couldn't really give me a straight answer. You've competed in the funniest in the RGV and won, right? How many times have you competed?
I competed, I want to say about 2 times.
So the second time you won?
On my third. I won it on my third.
Okay. So
2015, 2016, and you won 2017.
Yeah.
So my question is, you pretty much already know how the merry-go-round works. So I was gonna ask you how, because Mario asked me if I wanted to be part of it. I said, yeah, why the fuck not? But you know how Mario is. It's, hey man, you want to do it? Yeah. And then that's it. He doesn't answer. He doesn't tell you shit. So
no, are you part of the 956 comedy page?
No. That's and I was actually exchanging messages with Mario earlier. I meant this is inside shit. Don't worry about this. But yeah, no, he's not on there.
Yeah, you gotta get on there.
We can say this. They can know.
It's a closed secret group. They don't need to know.
No, I didn't say.
We have a secret handshake.
Yeah, we.
Hey, motherfucker, you got $5.
And then,
smoke.
So what I wanted to know
can I
is,
bum a smoke? Yes, you can.
what I wanted to know was, how does it work? Like, how is it?
Well, basically, I doubt they'll have 20 plus comics. Maybe if they do, they normally do a preliminary round, where they do either the day before or the week before. I think they've done it differently. And normally it's the day before, like on the open mic night on Tuesday. And if they have a preliminary round, they do it that night. And then how do they do the judges, right? Or Bert or somebody judges that one. And then they get like the top 2, 3, 5. I don't know. It depends on how many comics there are.
Okay.
And then they move on to the actual day. But that's if we have a shit ton of comics. You know what I mean?
Okay. So
normally it's just one day, and then they do one round, and then they break it down to top 5.
Yeah, it's like 3 rounds. They break it down to the top 2, and then the top 2 go, and the crowd does their thing.
Okay, you said 2 rounds. Now you're saying 3 rounds. Those are 2 things that I wanted to kind of get clear. Like, first question is it 2 or 3 rounds? And second question is, the reason that's why I'm asking that is, so then you're also saying I would have to use 3 different sets?
No,
I'm pretty sure
you can use the same set. Because remember, if you do the preliminaries, that's on Tuesday night. That's a different crowd, right? And then the actual day, the first one, it's going to be the judges. That's
the first one.
That's the first one. That's where the judges decide who's going to be in the top 5, right? I think that's what they did last year. And then from there, the top 5 go up, and then the crowd chooses,
But this is the next day.
No, same day.
Same day. Okay.
Yeah, Crazy Bashers do it all in one day. But yeah, it's one night. I think it's like 4 hours long. I think last time.
The last time
the crowd was exhausted, dude. By the end of the fucking show, dude.
They were like, just give them the
last time I competed was 2015 when we had like 23, 24 fucking people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a hectic night.
That was. And they split too. Like halfway through, they switch hosts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's all I wanted to know. I wanted to know how many rounds it was, and I wanted to know if I had to use different sets. Also, because right now I only have one solid set, which is what I'm running with now. I have another one, and I can run it all the way through. It's just not tweaked. Well, you told me that night. Yeah, I think on 2 of my bits, you told me maybe if you change this and don't use this word, that set was the one that is not polished yet.
Now remember, man, you're talking like 5. These are 5-minute sets. These aren't like full.
Yeah, dude. It's just like
that's what I'm saying.
They do the first round's gonna be 5, and I think the second round is like either 7 or 10.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Mario normally puts the rules up. We'll get you in that room, the closed group of 956 comedy. And then he normally breaks it down like a week or 2 before, and he'll put the rules on there. How many rounds there's going to be? There's going to be because he still wants to meet with us and basically talk this out. He wants to hash this out. I think it was Rick, Cano, Sonia, and me. Basically, the last couple of winners. Besides Nathan Hosey, he's out in Houston right now, or Dallas.
So
Dallas, I think.
So he wants it. So then this year, y'all aren't going to be part of the contest?
No, like once you win it, that's it. Kind of like.
Oh, you can't do it again? Well, that sucks. Well, don't you think that sucks? Wouldn't it be? Don't you think it would be? I mean, I don't know. I just thought maybe it was a thing that you could do.
Reoccurring? Like 5 years in a row. Funniest in the RGB. This ain't Caesar, homie. Like, we serve our term, and then we pass on the torch to the next generation.
You didn't read the history of Caesar, did you?
No, Caesar, because he was like, keep
okay.
it.
I see what you're saying.
I was like, 6 years, funniest in the RGB. I'm like Caesar, you know what I mean? But now I'm like, no. Like, we take turns here.
Gotcha.
Also, you got to remember, this whole thing kind of got started back when the scene was much smaller.
Tiny.
Itty bitty.
So now it's a bit bigger and everything. I just want to make sure that I come prepared. Cause I told you
out. That's
I
one.
told you what
That's one
happened.
advice I'll give
I
you.
told you what happened in Austin, right? When I went to go perform in Austin, I had a whole new set. I kind of modified it to like Austin crowd. I was gonna talk about Austin shit and stuff like that. Then I didn't find out till like literally 30 minutes before I was gonna go up that I only had a 3-minute spot and I had a 10-minute set. I was like, holy shit. So I literally went back to the parking lot in Jacob's truck and I had to like modify and chop down and shave everything. I mean, I still pulled it off, but I felt that got me more nervous than because I didn't know. I thought I thought I was gonna run my regular 10 minute set. And then the thing is in San Antonio, it was the same thing. But in San Antonio, I kind of already had the idea.
We're spoiled down here, homie.
Yeah,
we are so spoiled down here.
Me and
the comics down here are for longevity sets. That's why we can say, oh, we can fit in like a 20, we can fit in a 30-minute spot, right? But give us a 5-minute spot, bro, we pee your pants. You know what I mean? Like, give us, like a minute, 2-3 minutes, bro. We're not meant for that. We're meant for like, you know what I mean? Like, we're like diesel trucks.
Yeah, me and Sean
and comics from Austin are lit Priuses.
Have had this conversation before, and I actually with John actually I had this conversation with him because he asked me, he's like, hey man, how do you write? Like, do you ever ad lib? So I literally like opened up my phone and I showed him all my bits. And this dude like looked at me like I showed him like a picture, a video of like Jesus and shit. He's like, oh, and he told me, he's like, so like you actually write? And I was like, yeah, dude, what the fuck do you think I do? And he's like, no, because like when I write, I just write an idea and I run with it. And I was like, that's fine. But it's because on my sets, every bit that I have written down, like I write the title, write the bit, and then I write next to it how much time it takes me to go through that bit. So, and that's the way I have all of them. And then he's like, and then he looked at me and he's like, so damn, dude, like you're airtight on time. And I was like, yeah, you have to. And he's like, so like you never like get out of your zone or whatever. And I was like, not really, man. I mean, every now and then, like if one joke didn't land, I have to improvise in the air, but I mostly don't. And he's like, why? And then I told him, I was like, let me guess, you ad lib all the time? He's like, yeah, mostly. And then I started explaining that. I was like, dude, it's because, have you ever auditioned for anything? And he was like, no, not really. When you audition, you only have 2 or 3 minutes to do your set or whatever. So you have to be like airtight with your time. So if you want to ever like move up and audition for shit like Comedy Central or whatever the case may be, you have to learn to pace your time and so on and so forth. And he was like, oh, I didn't know that. But I tripped out when he looked at me and he was like, you actually write? And I was like, yeah, dude, I mean, so you don't write? So then that becomes my other question. Do you write? Or am I
write a little bit. I think you're the only one that writes down so technical. I don't think you write down all the way down to the like.
I usually, by the time I get to the point where I'm writing it down word for word, I've probably been doing the bit for a month or so. Because that, I mean, all right, look, I was gonna say, man, I think that's not to say that's not where you want to get, is that point where you've got it boom, 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 down to the second. Oh shit, I only got 3 minutes. Well, I can shave off this sentence and blah, 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 throw it this way. But I mean, again, because of the way the local scene is set up, man, fuck it, man. You got time, man. So like, run up there with, whatever jokes you want to do and fucking play with them a little bit. Yeah. And like, also, man, you end up adding tags to it. You end up fucking...
You explore the joke, man. I think, like, when you write it down, like, of course I write the jokes down, but after it's polished. You know what I mean? Like not as I'm working on it. Like if I work on it, I sometimes I don't I didn't even write the joke. I kind of like stumbled on it. I was like, yeah, that's kind of funny, and then I write it down. I was like, huh, all right, cool, all right, and then I just kind of like fuck with it every once in a while. You know what I mean? But it's more like it seems more natural, like talking about it and going through it instead of like writing it down. Same thing with my scripts at work. I don't get scripts. I just kind of came up with my pitch by listening to the other guys, seeing how they're doing. Like, okay, well that sounds kind of funny. You know what I mean? I don't sound like that. I can't pull off warm regards on an email. You know what I mean? Like let me turn it into my own thing. And it's comedy, like everybody's different, dude. There's no set way of doing comedy.
No.
You know, and that's what I love about it, because you do your technical, he does something different, I write something different. Some people just go up there and just improv and wing it, and sometimes
I told that's exactly what I told him. I was like, look, dude, there's no wrong or right way to do it. You're gonna find the way that works for you, and if that's been working for you, then I mean that's great. I'm just saying, I think also the way or the reason that I got used to doing it that way was because, like in Cali, dude, like you said yourself, down here we're spoiled. Like you get a lot of time. Over there everything is tight. Like you got 2-3 minutes and then you got to get off and shit like that. Not only that, but I told him as well. I was like, you can't, especially when you audition for shit, they tell you have 3 minutes, can't go over, so on and so forth, and that's where I learned to be very, very tight with my writing or whatnot. That's why, and going back to you, I've also taken, not that I took it, but I've used some of the skill that you said as well, like where I write it and then I write it over and then I polish it and then I go back and read it and be like, okay, maybe I can remove this shit and then like do it again. And it's a bunch of like trial and error. But something that I've never forgotten is the timing, because I need to get the timing down on point, because if not, you end up like going over, so on and so forth.
Now, just to be clear, I do occasionally write down like the rough draft. Like if I'm like writing, like if I'm actually, notebook in front of me, like I'll put down the whole outline for the thing.
Yeah.
And I've found that to be useful, because like, all right, you write that down, fucking the notebook goes away for a while, doing the bit for a while, you got it, it's in the head, you write down the polished version that you've got, listen back to recordings and all that. But then you go back and look at the outline, it's like, oh fuck, I completely forgot about like that avenue or that tag.
That's happened to me. That's happened to me as well, to where you kind of forget. I was like, oh, this was part of this. Or you forget, I call them bridges. You forget your bridges, like the part that links one of your jokes to, like my Bill Cosby joke. Yeah. The segue. My Bill Cosby joke that one night that it didn't land is because I completely forgot 2 punchlines back to back. So that's why when I got to it, they laughed, but it wasn't that funny I was like, fuck, I forgot to say that.
I've listened back to some recordings from my old stuff. I don't get to record myself, but when I do, like I make sure it's like 20-30 minutes, just doing some stupid shit. Or it's like an actual show, so I get to see their natural reaction, And I have a lot of recordings in here, and sometimes I'm just like, fuck it, and I'm bored, and I listen to my stuff, and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about that tagline. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that's right, that's where that joke originally was going. Yeah. Like it's just kind of because you work on it so much that kind of like, okay, let's take this joke apart. All right, we'll work with those pieces later. Right, and you get so obsessed with working with this side of the joke that you fucking forget you had a whole other side to the joke over here.
And you know who does that? Well, I don't know if he just did it, but it just came to light that's exactly how Chappelle does his shit. That's how he works out his material. Like he'll spend a shitload of time writing. And then the way he tested out, he lives out like in the middle of nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Ohio.
In Ohio.
And, I don't know. Is it Ohio?
I don't know if it's Ohio or Indiana. Either one. But he lives somewhere in barns and shit like that. So over there, he says that there's a lot of barns that are bars and shit like that, like real small. But I mean, everybody knows him there, but it's secluded. So what he does is he'll literally take a loudspeaker and he'll go and perform at these places, and he won't allow cameras, but his own. And he'll take like two people with him, and one's taking notes literally, and the other guy's recording. So he'll go through his new material, and then he'll take it back home and watch it and listen to it, and then he'll take notes. He'll go over with the notes with the guy that was writing, and then he'll ask him. He was like, "Dude, like, what is this? What is this, and how could I do this?" And it's funny. I don't know if he said it to be funny, but he said it more than once. He's like, and I make sure that the guy taking the notes and the guy that's recording, they're white, because white people will always keep it real and keep it honest with you. You can't trust what a brother would take. Yeah, man, shit was funny. Shit was. No, it's not, motherfucker. I need you to tell me if it's really funny or not. So he's like, white people will always give you the meat and the bone. This was funny, this wasn't. And then he's been working with one of the guys for years. So I forgot what his name is, but he says that he will always tell him, this one, I don't think is funny at all. I think you should, get rid of. And I trust him, because he says, I've actually gone against them a couple of times and I've used it like on the big stage, and it doesn't go well. Like, so that's the way he actually works out his material. And I didn't know that. I always wondered how, like, when you get to be that stature of comic, like Kevin Hart, like, how is it that he works out his material?
Oh, dude, yeah. Like Kevin Hart, bro, he has so much shit going on, dude. On top of his comedy career, bro, I'm pretty sure he's got people like, helping him out with that shit. There
was always the whole thing about Chris Rock, man, where basically he wouldn't even fuck around with like, unknown motherfuckers. He'd bring like Louis C.K. and motherfuckers like that down to the clubs and be like, look, man, you listen to the set, give me the fucking notes afterwards. So anyway, you'd hear shit like, "Oh, Chris Rock has writers." No, that's not what he has. He has motherfuckers that are being critical as shit of his material.
There's a difference between having somebody criticize your material and taking notes, as opposed to, here, try
we
this.
used to do that shit all the time, man. When we first started, dude, I don't know why we stopped. People started getting butthurt. I remember.
Oh,
yeah. I remember so well.
You actually came up you and John came up to me a couple of times. You were the first one that came up to me. I still remember after the first time I performed at the Reserve, and you were like, "Hey man, like, this joke is fucking hilarious, but if you were to say it like this, like, it'd be funnier." And then the next couple of times I tried it, and like it worked. I did the same thing with John, but sorry, John, your way was horrible. You made me fail so bad, so I never tried it again.
I try to help people out, man, and like I was laughing about it right now. Some people take it bad, like I'm trying to tell them what to do with their jokes. I'm like, hey man, this is my observation. You want to try it? You don't have to. I mean, like, you can change. Like, I remember one was I think it was like make it poopy or make it a silly word, and the comic got mad and was like, "Don't tell me how to write my jokes." I was like, "Dude, I'm just like kind of. You don't have to take it, man. I'm just like giving you an observation." Yeah. And it's like, it'd be kind of funny because it's a silly word, poopy. Like.
Dude, honestly, I've given a couple of like in the past year, because like you said, man, people start getting a little sensitive and whatnot. But there's a whole list of reasons as to why that probably was the case. But what I do now, man, is I don't tell people what I think they should do. I tell people. A great example was the last time I gave Joseph. I kind of tap, hey man, come here for a second, and he had done a spot up on the big stage, and was like, I thought you were going to go this way with it. Like, I'm not saying you should go this way, but honestly, when you were going through the setup, this is where I thought you were going to go with it. He was like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's necessarily a better way to go about it, but it's, you know what I mean? It's as opposed to going.
It kind of feels like, because I've had people like tell me that before. Like, I think it was you. And I was like, I thought you were gonna go this way with it. And I was like, oh no, like I could have like done it like that. But it also feels kind of like you came up with it instead of me. You know what I mean? So well, now I can't use it because you came up with a joke.
All right. Well, now that you put it this way, now that you put it like that, I actually thought it was a little bit easier to give it like that because it's like, because I'm going off of what you said. You know what I mean? It's not like, hey man, you should do it more like this. It's just like based on what you actually did on stage. Like I feel like you were setting it up for this. You know what I mean? So maybe I'm wrong about that, but I feel like it's more like going like, here are the options you have for that, as opposed to being like, you're wrong, do it this way. You know,
like me and Bobby, like we still do that. Like, I was like, hey man, can you still give me pointers? Like, yeah, bro, I got you. And then like afterwards, like, hey man, you know, this and this and this. And then he sees my set, like, hey man, this and this. Like, you're right.
Like,
you know?
he was the one. You were the one that gave me. Wait, I don't want to fuck up somebody's credit. Yeah, I think it's you. You were the one that gave me the wheelchair joke. The fucking come on. The people having a certain stigma about people with cerebral palsy, that they think that just because I have cerebral palsy,
fuck anybody.
I'll fuck anybody, any woman that walks. And you were the one that told that you were like, if you were to place it like this, and then that's where I added the tagline of which is wrong because fuck a woman in a wheelchair too. So, and when I tried it, the very first time I tried it, like that shit like absolutely killed. Like what I'm saying is that shit was so good when I like threw it like that I honestly forgot the original setup and delivery. That's what I'm saying.
Like I remember John Thomas, I was like, dude, try it like this. And he tried it and it landed and it killed and I was in the back of the room and I was like, yes,
yes. Rudy for the assist.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yes. Fuck yeah. You know what I mean? I was like, yes. It was awesome, man, dude.
Yeah,
dude, that's why I love doing this, dude.
Yeah,
like,
and it's so crazy, man. It's so crazy to like when you see people like Rudy or like you, to where you get genuinely happy when you see somebody else's shit work. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not that envy. Like there's that. Well, I'm not gonna tell him that because it's gonna make him better. And I've never felt that way, especially with comedy. Comedy, I've always felt that there's enough cake for everybody, man. There's enough work. There's enough words in the dictionary for you to come up with your own shit.
Well, that's kind of like the whole thing about like and it's happened down here in the scene before, man, where people are like, oh shit, like, you know, whoever was in front of me just fucking killed it. Like, fuck, now I gotta like, it's like, no, man, they just handed you like a fucking loaded gun.
Yeah, dude, fuck yeah. The crowd is like warmed up beautifully. Like, you know, like, hell yeah. It's like a jacuzzi. You tip your toe in first and then you
yeah.
I mean, like, I did a show in Harlingen after the headliner. They had asked us to kind of spread it out. Mm-hmm. These people have been there since 7:00. They wanted us to do it till 11. So that's like, 4 hours, dude, that we had to like, and you know how crowds go at shows, man. You might have their attention at 2 hours max. I mean, so we're doing 4. And then we get there and the headliner's about to finish up and like, all right, who's next? I was like, fuck it, I'll take it. And like the headliner gets off, dude, his energy was up here. I was like, I'm going to have to fucking match that shit, dude. Yeah. So I go, hey, how you guys doing, bro? And the same energy he left when he got off, I picked that up and I went higher. I was like, boom, this is where I'm at. Come with me. You know what I mean? Like, come with me. I'm feeding you energy. You guys are tired. I'm bringing you back. You know, let's do it. Ha, ha, I'm laughing. I'm pointing at people. Let's do a shit interaction. Boom, boom, boom. Punchline, tagline. Let's do it. Laughing. Ha ha. Woo-hoo. You know, and like we're having fucking like, all right, cool. That was my time, guys. Boom. I get off, dude. Headliner comes over and hugs me. He's like, holy shit, you just followed a headliner. And he's like, fuck yeah, and you killed it. And I was like, hell yeah. And I was like, and then afterwards, like, you're funny, regional. And then he goes up to Thomas afterwards. He's like, you're funny. And I was like, why am I just regional funny? I was like, damn, this Mexican.
You know who did that to me when I performed at the Reserve and Social? Cool. He came up to me because I went up right before he did. So after the show or whatever, he came up to me and he was like, "Hey man, I never met you before and I never heard you say, but I thank you so much." And I was like, "Dude, why are you thanking me? I didn't do anything." Bro, after you said that shit was funny, all I had to do was ride your wave and ride it into the sunset. That's
fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, he was like, dude, that shit was hilarious. I was like, and then I told him, I was like, oh, hold on, you're not just walk away like you just finished saying some shit, you know? So I was like, well, what do you mean exactly? I told him, right? And he's like, no, man, it's like, I don't know if you've ever headlined before, but a headliner's biggest fear is for the comic before him to completely bomb. Because if they bomb, we have the job of having to pick the audience off of the ground. So anytime that the co-headliner or the comic before the headliner, the feature does well, all we need to do is ride that wave, man. And I'm glad that you were able to go ahead and do that for me. And I was like, all right, man, I got you. I appreciate it. Yeah, but he was the first one that I'd ever.
Dude, the headliners appreciate the fuck out of that, dude. Yeah, man. That's the way a show should run, dude. Smooth as fuck, laughing throughout. But they're not all like that. We all know that shit for a fact, bro.
Yeah.
They're not like the majority of the time. You're gonna have
the competition. A couple weeks ago, we were standing in the back of the fucking the theater, going like, "God damn, man!" Because it was like the crowd would get up there, and then for some reason, like as soon as you let the slack off of them, they just back.
They're like, ha, and then just get quiet, and then ha, and then just get real quiet for a while, and ha, and I was like, what the.
Dude, and that was a weird. I mean, granted that there's a whole, the psychology of like, uncomfortableness that you have to achieve beforehand. You know what I mean? As far as like the seating, the setup, the tone of the show. But like,
I think it's just too big. Like those are like for fucking amazing, badass fucking shows.
Oh, we were talking about that with Shooter. We were recording with.
What do you mean exactly?
It's too big.
What's too big?
The stage to fucking like show ratio. Like for that show, dude, it has to be packed. Because if not, like being close to other people, bro, laughter is very addictive. Yeah. It's contagious. My bad. It's contagious. So if you have a fucking stacked room and you start doing your laughter and they're laughing and everybody's fucking laughing, fucking amazing, dude. If you have your room and it's like 20, maybe 15, 20 people, you're not going to have the same reaction.
Oh, yeah.
They're spread apart. Yeah. You know what I mean? Somebody's way the fuck in the back and there's just like empty tables and chairs. And then it's like a couple making out. You know what I mean? Like when you have a stacked room, dude, like that's fucking awesome. Yeah. But
because again, you ride the wave of that laugh. And when you have a crowd of like 10 or 15 people, you have to really depend on having killer material so that you can make all 15 people laugh. Because if you only make 10 or 5 laugh, you notice a difference. As opposed if you have a room of like 300 people, you can get away with like only fucking like a couple laughing because that wave will go throughout the.
Again, that's what we were talking about with Shooter, man. When that theater, when El Rey is packed out, man, like you just boom, and you can watch the ripple go throughout, man. Yeah. Like even if it's just the guy in the front row is kind of chuckling, you can see him kind of jiggling. Like the people behind him are seeing that, whether or not they're thinking about the fact that they're seeing it. That's something that's affecting them. You know what I mean? Because the show I was talking about, man, you could see that one guy in the front row was enjoying the fuck out of himself. One, because he was right in the front row. He's not paying attention to anybody else. It's him and the show. You know what I mean? And you could see the comics throughout the night kept going back to that guy. Because it was like, you're here to...
You're here to laugh,
man.
Dude. You're here.
Yeah.
Like, what was his name? I forgot.
Dude, even he walked out at one point to go get himself another beer, and as he's walking up the aisle, he was still fucking chuckling. It was like, I like you.
We need 19 million
because a lot of people are like, I've never been to a comedy show before, and especially down here where everybody's so insecure, bro.
Yeah,
so insecure. Like, I don't want to see people. I don't want people to see me laugh at this. I mean, like, I can't. I wasn't raised like this. But as soon as behind closed doors, they start spewing out worse shit than we do.
That's
you know what I mean?
That's the double-edged sword for me and my material. Because, like, with people that don't know me and then they see this shit, and then I start going through my material, that's one of the things with people that have never seen me perform before. That's one of the things that I run into a lot. Because they're like, they know it's funny, but they're like, wait, can I laugh? And I literally have to, like, from stage, just like, lady, it's okay. You can fucking laugh. You're supposed to laugh. Don't feel sorry for me. You're supposed to laugh, damn it. Just
like the joke that have you guys had Jesse on this podcast?
Yes.
Jesse has a joke about a wheelchair, and he did it as a matter of fact for last year's competition as his final joke. And up front to the side, there was he's a really cool guy, Chris. He's in a wheelchair, right? And he's laughing his ass off to this joke about kids in wheelchairs, laughing, like enjoying it, but everybody's looking at him because he's laughing, right? And then they're like, "Oh shit, like you can't what? No, why are you making fun of the guy in the wheelchair? Like no, what?" And people get like so uptight when that happens. The guy in the wheelchair is laughing his ass off. The same thing with like. Whatever, I've done Puerto Rican jokes. The Puerto Ricans laughing his fucking ass off. You know what I mean?
It's white like jokes. That night that you were there at the last show that I did at LA, when I did my cerebral palsy joke, and then I asked the question of like, anybody know what cerebral palsy is? I was not expecting somebody to say yes, because normally people don't fucking know. And then the dude in the corner said, "Yeah, I know," and I was like, "Holy shit, how do you know?" And then he's like, "I have cerebral palsy." And in my head, I'm like, you totally just fucked up my joke. But I kind of just flipped it on him, and that's when I remember telling him. I went out. I was like, man, I was like, holy shit, people, I'm sorry, I'm having a moment right now, because you don't understand. Like when I have cerebral palsy, but when you see another person with cerebral palsy, it's like fucking seeing a unicorn and shit, like it. And he was actually, my point is that he was actually a really good sport about it. And the girl that was with them too, like they were both laughing and shit. And then I told him, I was like, dude, I'm joking. I'm going to get off your case because I don't want you to kick my ass. You probably can't, but I'm not going to take that risk anyway. So
that guy's actually pretty cool, man. They used to come around to all the open mics during the summer.
Know?
Yeah, man. Him and I don't know, is his mom or the guy with the cerebral palsy, the white dude.
Yeah.
He normally wears like a sandal.
Yeah. You don't know
him and I think it's his mom. Like they would come out for the movies on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
And they would stay afterwards for the comedy shows for a while during the summer. And dude, they were there just fucking laughing, having badass. The dude's super cool, man, nice and chill. I used to bum cigarettes when I was smoking.
Yeah, man, there's whole books you can write about, like just the psychology of a crowd, man. It's like, we've talked about this, man. There's levels to this shit as far as like, okay, you start getting paid, blah, 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 all that, but then there's also the level of like, dude, don't, like I was saying, man, at least for down here, it's like, dude, don't worry how long the joke is. Just do the damn
make it
joke.
Funny.
Yeah. Record your set, go home afterwards, listen to that shit. You know what I mean? You'll work your way up to that point where it's like you're
kind of like,
worry more about making it funny and then worry about the length later.
Yeah.
I see it like I don't know, like every other comic is kind of like Jenga blocks. Like they're setting up their punchlines and their taglines super neat and nice. And like they get their nice little tower, and this tower's their joke. You got your opening, your taglines, your punchlines, your segues, nice and neat. And down here we're like,
We're throwing chicken bones, man.
Like,
what does it mean?
Does this fit here? No, that doesn't fit there. All right, cool. Hold on. I can make it fit.
So,
Let's stick some super glue on that bitch.
Fuck yeah. There's like a bubble gum holding one of the pieces together.
So on that note, ending it on that upbeat note, I believe our guests do have to bounce because they got shit to do.
Yeah, go to the work of the banana.
Yeah. So yeah, man. Just quick before you go, did you have anything else going on?
Let me see. I know I'm gonna. I think it's the 14th of December. I'm gonna be headlining my first show.
No,
yeah,
for real?
Man. Yeah, in Laredo, out of all places.
Man.
Yeah, man, I love the Laredo people, bro. They always come out. They've always supported
You're gonna
me.
headline your first show, dude?
My first show, bro. Yeah. Like legit headline. You know what I mean? Like legit. I've done it before. Like the last guy on I just blanked out on Showcase. You know, like the last comic on a Showcase. But this is gonna be like my first like legit headlining show.
Nice. How much time are you doing? An hour?
I know they told me 45, 35, you know, like as long as I hit that mark, I can go over if I want. So I definitely have the time already set up. I just need to, dude, I love every time I go out there, dude, I'm like, this is my set and this is what I'm going to do. And it always works. And I normally get like 1 or 2 jokes in and then just the crowd feeds me, dude. I love the cult. Like, I love Laredo. Laredo's so fun, dude. The people out there, they're the complete opposite. They're like the 1990s version of the Valley when nobody gave a fuck before everything came PC. They're laughing at shit. We're fucking talking, and dude, that fucking energy is just flying, bro. I love Laredo. So for them to give me like that honor of like being like my first headlining there, oh, it's gonna be so much fun, bro. Especially shout out to Laredo Funny out there. So, is it Laugh Laredo? Laredo Funny? You got a gang violence term.
Laredo Funny.
I gotta be like, just Group A and Group B.
Aaron, a couple of months ago, he invited me to go to...
Oh, fuck yeah, bro. Big shout out to Aaron, man. The guys.
Yeah, to go to one of the open mics. And he's like, yeah, man, you can come do a 10 or 15 minute set, just come out. But given when he invited me to do this, I didn't know where he was from. For whatever reason, I thought he was from Edinburgh, and I was like, "Yeah, dude, I'm down or whatever." And then I was like, "Where are the contacts at?" And then he sends me the address or some shit, and then I see Laredo, and I was like, you're from Laredo?" And then he's like, "Yeah, man, I know I'm from way out here, but
it's a 3-hour drive, bud."
And then I told him, I was like, "Hey, man, right now I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I won't be able to make it, but I love to at some point when I have some more time to like work it out, because I actually have to like plan it out." And he's like, "Oh man, that's cool. Don't worry about it, man. We do the open mic every week, and whenever you can come out, just let me know."
Dude, they're super cool out there, man. Nothing but love, bro. Everybody out there, like they've let me crash on their couch and shit before, like. It's like, dude, you're not going to go anywhere. You fucking drive tomorrow morning. They fucking set me up with a spot to sleep and shit. We've done podcasts together, beers, you know, everything. You guys are super cool to hang around with. We watched a movie. We watched It. Like, we stayed the next day. And I know the next day we had to drive out to another city to do another show. But we had some time to kill. And they're like, let's go to Dollar Movies. And, like, we go to the Dollar Movies and we get elevated in the parking lot. Like, you know. And then we went to go watch It, and then it was scary. Super scary. But yeah, man.
So your fun. First headline?
Laredo.
December 14th?
Yeah, it was the 24th, but they had something else, so they rescheduled for the 14th at the 24th, the 21st.
Cool.
Yeah, so far that. I don't want to keep you guys. Follow me on Facebook, man. Instagram, anything, social media, Snapchat. I don't Snapchat that often, but everything is under Rudy Barba Comedy. So I'm looking for new followers. Just
awesome.
give me, if you do follow me and add me, just be like, hey, saw you on the Bouncing Brains podcast. I would give you like a badass shout out and give these homeboys a shout out over here too, man. How many followers are you guys up to?
36.
Oh shit, big time. You guys hit the 3-0.
36.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yes, sir.
You believe the homeboys over there at the fucking Roy, Umberto, and
we got them already.
Yeah. What are they up to? Like 1,000 listeners?
Yeah, man. What?
Who? Oh, Humberto. Yeah, big shout out to Humberto Moreno, man.
Google, I was going to say good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Somebody secretly watching Mario's Snapchats on the DL.
Happy birthday. Fuck.
Yeah, not safe for listeners podcast.
Not suitable.
Not suitable?
For listeners.
What did I say?
Not safe.
I made the same mistake, man.
Not suitable for listeners podcast, man.
Yeah, go check them out.
Our brothers in the comedy world over there. Humberto is his
Joseph
birthday.
And
Roy, man. Roy, Alex Gomez, Joseph Soto, and Humberto Moreno. Coming live from their living room.
Was it Recalled Productions?
Recalled Productions, yeah, dude. Yes. I love everything those guys pump out, man. Fucking keep it going. They're up to like 1,000 listeners last time. Yeah, dude, they got like that call-in feature where like you can call in and leave a message. It's hilarious. There's a lot of perverted listeners.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys have like nicer listeners than they do. They called and
I don't know, man. There's
things on the airline.
Yeah, there's some shit. There's some people that I don't know, but yeah. And those are the only shows that you have booked
so far at the moment. Yeah, I got some. Oh, this when's this being released?
This will be released next Wednesday. So on the not the 23rd.
Yeah. Cool. Oh, it'll be too late. I got a show this Friday at 19 on the London's.
Right.
Oh,
Blair Thompson.
Yeah.
Blair Thompson. I'm gonna
try to.
So the 24th. Okay, the 24th.
What?
I'm gonna try to make it out to that one, man.
Yeah, dude. Blair Thompson's hilarious.
Hell yeah!
I love that cartoon he was doing for a while with Josh Kabasa.
Yeah.
That Blair and the Bear.
Yeah.
With George. What's the name of the guy that does the bear? Yeah, I just blanked out. That guy's freaking hilarious too, man. I got to work with him over there in Corpus.
George Anthony?
George Anthony. There you go. George Anthony. He's like, hey, man, I'm the bear. And he does the voice and shit. And I love it. I didn't notice it till like we were outside and he accidentally did the like type of voice.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my God, you're the bear.
Dude.
And he was like, you actually watched that shit? I was like, I fucking love it, man.
I recorded a great fucking one of those pre-show podcasts with him, Tori Poole, and AJ Grasses, I think. Completely fucked the audio, man. That was one of those fucking like fuck moments, man.
Oh no,
it's a great fucking podcast too, man. But yeah, man, George Anthony's fucking hilarious, man.
Fuck yeah. Well, guys, I gotta head out, man. Thank you guys so much for having me on the Bouncing Brains podcast.
Exit out.
If you want to find me, you can find me at hatfieldstandup@gmail.com, as well as Hatfield Standup on Facebook and Twitter.
And you can find me across the board on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Freddy G. And we have a show.
The 20th.
On the 20th at the Kraken in Brown.
Man, this is going out after.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Just know that you missed a badass fucking show.
Yeah, you missed a bad show, and it was awesome.
You should have been there. It's hilarious.
We're going back to the future. I'm telling you, it was awesome.
You might not like these jokes, but your kids are going to love
them. Folks, if you want to find the audio version of this podcast, you can find it at shoutengine.com/bouncingbrains, as well as on Stitcher. Yes, we do. We are on the some official platforms and shit.
Stitcher.
Ooh, we are listed on Stitcher.
We only have 2 fucking downloads, but to the 2 people that downloaded that an episode, thank you.
And, of course, if you're listening to the audio version of this, you can watch the video version on YouTube under Bouncing Brains. If you want to if you want to contact us, you can contact us at bouncingbrainspodcast@gmail.com, as well as Bouncing Brains Podcast on Facebook and Bouncing Brains on Twitter. If you're on Facebook, we got a group on there. You can jump in there, have a little discussion, tell us how much you love Rudy's face, and we will accept that as those compliments. What else?
I think that's all we got.
That's it. Holy shit, we're done. Go to bed, y'all.
Dog.
Go to Netflix and watch the Mo Amer comedy show. The fucking special.
Oh, by the way, you're the one that fucking told me about Big Mouth, man. I just blew through that second season.
It's hilarious. You gotta watch it, Big Mouth.
Dude, totally.
Go watch Mo Amer.
Amir?
No, Amer. Like,
Amer?
Amer. Like he says it, Amer. Mo Amer. Amer. Yeah, Mo Amer. Dude, you gotta watch it. I didn't know who the fuck he was. And then, oh my God, me and him have like a very similar style, dude. So I was fucking loving it. You gotta check it out. Let me know because I need to see it through somebody else's eyes.
I'll have to steal somebody's password.
I think it was Vagabond. Mo Amer Vagabond or some shit like that.
Right on.
Cool. Go watch it. Fucking hilarious, bro. If you want to laugh, I don't know where he came out of, but fucking hilarious. Oh, he's from Houston.
Okay.
Yeah, he's from Houston. Yeah.
Right on, man.
Okay. Yeah, Texas boy, man. Big shout out to Mo Amer. Mo Amer. Fucking hilarious motherfucker. Congratulations on your Netflix special, man. Fuck yeah.
All right. And with that being said, until next time, folks.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Keep it tight. And say hi to your moms for me.
Your mom's the man.